Rick, could you give us just a quick overview of what the NIST and CMMC documentation is?
Sure, Maddie, I'd be happy to. Let's start with the four basic DFARB documents. These are the Defense Federal Acquisition Regulation Supplement, which is a mouthful to say. There are four documents. There's a 252-204 7012, which has a NIST 800-171 in that, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. It has this 7019, which is dealing with the assessment methodology that the DoD uses. The 7020, which is talking about the DoD conducting their assessments, a mid-level or high-level assessment. And then there's the 7021, which calls out the CMMC, which is the future thing that will be coming down the road. So those documents are all important in determining requirements that are being met for the cybersecurity. In particular, the NIST SP 800-171, which has 110 controls that need to be met for cybersecurity for the DoD. Then we have other documents that are important. We have the scoping document. The scoping document is a document that basically identifies your boundaries, what's in scope, what's out of scope, keeping in mind that all this relates to that CUI, that controlled unclassified information. That's what the DoD wants you to protect and manage, who has access to it, where does it flow within your organization, and so forth. And then you have what's called the SSP, the System Security Plan. That tells us basically what controls are being met, and then you have the POA&M, the Plan of Action and Milestone, tells us what things aren't quite in place yet, but we have a plan to put them in place, along with a date there. There are other documents like policies, procedures, plans, that all go to formulate, what that environment is and how are we protecting our environment. Then there's incident reports. Hopefully you never have to have one of those. If there's something that comes up, a breach or an incident, there are certain requirements for reporting those incidences and to correct those. Another one is dealing with data that is in the cloud or CUI that would be involved with cloud storage. There's documentation that you need to validate that you are FedRAMP moderate or equivalent. The DoD is still working out that term equivalent, but it basically is how do I prove that that documentation that's in the cloud is safe and that we're protecting it. And then once again, then you have your assessments, kind of like an audit, if you will, an ISO audit, where we periodically, at least once a year, want to look through our controls, audit them or assess them to make sure that those that we are meeting, we're still meeting, that we've updated our POA&M items, that we are constantly improving, reaching that ultimate score of 110 with the DoD. We'll talk more about that later. So that all is evidence for maturity. This is a maturity model, which means that we have to show evidence that many of the things that we're doing are routine, not that we have something in place, but we've never done it. That's what the maturity model is. And then training records are important. Those would be cybersecurity training, policy training, and that type of thing. So those documents are all important that make up your entire system. So the importance of that, there are some reasons why we have that. Number one is to be compliant, okay? That's why we're doing this. We're needing to be compliant to the DoD requirements. It helps us to manage change, so that if we make a change, we know what that change is and how it might impact our environment. and take care of those areas there. There is also the accountability that comes when we document all this. One of the things that we want to identify is roles and responsibilities so that we can hold individuals accountable for various items within the organization. So once again, we're talking about managing our entire organizational system and providing accountability for those areas to secure that CUI, that controlled unclassified information.
Thank you for watching this video to the end. This is part of a longer series on DFARB's NIST and CMMC compliance produced by Core Business Solutions. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video with a thumbs up, and click the bell to get notified when we drop a new video. Also, we'd appreciate it if you would share this video with your colleagues who need to stay up to speed on DFARB's NIST and CMMC. Thank you, and we'll see you again in the next video.